Oh hey, it's Jabberwocky. Don't actually know what he's playing. Hand's fine. Would be a bit better if I had an island, but that's life. And he's gonna Thoughtseize away my Hardened scales, which is not very good for me. This hand's pretty good against things that want to Thoughtseize, though. It's got a lot of gas. Oh, Mox Opal, going for the I'm gonna monoscrew you route. Huh. It's fair, it's fair. Now we're gonna take the Hardened scales, probably. Maybe the hanger back. I could see the hanger back. Also the Arcbound Worker. I think the only thing I'm certain he's not going to take is Nissa. But I would put like the reasonability of taking things at like either this or this. I mean, you take the Worker if you're just like, I hope my opponent never ever draws lands. You take the Hardened scales if you respect the power level of that card, which you should. You take the Hangerback Walker if you've got like a lot of removal, and Hangerback Walker is good against it. This I'm just way too far from casting to be a reasonable pick. Ravager's just always a good card. And I think he should take Hardened Scales because Hardened Scales is just the dumbest card in the deck, and that makes the entire deck twice as good. Literally twice as good. All of your cards are twice as good. So I think he should take Hardened Scales, but it's reasonable to be like, I hope you never draw so he's going with I hope you never draw another land, which is reasonable. Alright, well, so far he's doing it. I'm not drawing a land. Alright, there's the forest. Now I'm going Hardened Scales. Better get that down before I start casting my creatures. Tar Pits. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Hangerback out now. He can go ahead and kill it. I'll get 2 1/1s and that's fine. Jace is fine. Jace is gonna die, but he gets a Brainstorm, so it's like a 4-mana Brainstorm, gain 3 life. It's reasonable. Be pretty nice to draw Forest there. It's a little awkward that I'm kind of locked into doing this just because I can't let Jace live. This looks like Grixis control, just like an actual control deck. I'm going to play the Throne of Geth because it's the best against removal, and then run out the Arcbound Ravager, and then leave Hangerback Walker for last in case he's got a counterspell, because I'd rather have either of these countered first. Alright, this is nice. If he kills the Ravager, at least I get to eat it here, and then make a really big Thopter. I'm sure he's got a way to deal with the Thopter, but at least he has to, otherwise it's huge. Mills me for twice? Alright, that's interesting. Did mill pretty good cards, Welding Jar and Steel Overseer. I would have been happy with both of those. Get in for 7. Force him to use removal first. Honestly, if he just passes, I'm halfway tempted to not cast a spell. Destroy and 2 damage. Well, that'll kill him. If he has better removal, so be it. Cryptic? No, Tar Pit. Do stirrings, find another hanger back. Shit. I should have just taken the Ravager. Ravager was lethal. That was a punt. Oh well. Not a big punt. I don't think he can win from here. But, oh well. That's life. I was like, oh yeah. Hanger back. So good against him. But, I mean, despite it being so good against him, it still was the wrong pick. Let's see if he's got a cryptic. Nope. Let's kill the Tar Pit. Terminate. Then I'm gonna proliferate onto these 3 things. All right, GG. Shaper's Sanctuary. Don't really need the rest of this stuff. Animation module. Yeah. I actually kind of like most of these things. I don't really need the Throne of Geth. What do I want to go down? That's the question. I think I can cut a forest. No. Cut a forest. Cut. Throne of Geth and an Overseer. Just because this is not particularly great card advantage, so you don't really want multiple of them, and this is just so unlikely to survive to tap that everything else kind of gets more value over the long term. Maybe I should have cut the Nissas, but it feels like Nissa is great in these grindy matchups. Sure, he can pressure with... I have a Hardened Scales, I have 2 lands, I have spells. Yes, this is amazing. Farewell, Hardened Scales. Well, I knew ye. Oh, no turn 1 Thoughtseize, and I get to get down Hardened Scales. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure, whatever. Inquisition me. I already cast my best card. So goes the Ravager. Ooh, Hangerback Walker. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Go ahead and play the Opal, because why not? I guess Kulligan's command discard target me is a reason why not to cast the Opal. Oh well. So this is why I shouldn't have cast the opal. Oh. Yeah. Oh well. I just lost a worker. It's not a big deal. And honestly, like this way, if I draw a land, I can cast two drops, which is pretty good. Sort of embarrassing that the reason the one reason not to cast the opal is exactly what happened. Oh well. Vision's bottom. Casting both of these because I'm not actually weak to damnation. I am weak to damnation plus bolt though. But if he goes for damnation, then I sack these things to the Ravager. Ravager loads up a ballista. I shoot him to death. You got it, bud. You got it. That's funny. Pendlehaven, just in case it matters. All right. I think I just want like I suppose you could have Slaughter Pact, but for some reason I don't expect it. Alright, there we go. 4-0. Let's see if we can get the clean 10-0 sweep.